It's Monday again. Woo! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Monday. Yay! I'm not actually excited. I just thought I would try to make it sound festive shit. Hey, Monday may be your favorite day of the week. Everybody's life is different. It's actually not a bad day. I logged on to work, and so far this morning there wasn't really anything there that I could do anything about. So I'm looking through it like, none of this is for me. We didn't have any new stuff come in that I could do anything about. So I got a wild hair. I've been thinking about it for several days. I thought, let's go to Asheboro and organize nail polish. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go to Asheboro and organize nail polish. I figure by the time I get back, it'll give everybody some time. If there's anything I need to do, it'll be there waiting for me when I get back, and I'll do it then. But in the meantime, I can do this instead of twiddling my thumbs or, whatever. I can go do something else. So I can do this. So we're going to go to Asheboro. The Asheboro Super Walmart. I don't know. I don't think Asheboro has any of the little neighborhood markets. The little Walmarts, I don't think they do. The small marts. See, you have the Walmart Super Center, which is the big Walmart, the one that has groceries and clothes, and you can get new tires for your car and buy wedding rings all in one day. You can just do it all there. You can just live your whole life in the store. It's paradise. So, come on now. So, yeah, anyway, that's a super center, Walmart Super Center. They didn't always have super centers. First Walmart I remember going into was back in the 80s. And back then, Sam Walton still kind of ran things. I think his kids have kind of fucked up a lot. Not fond of the way they do stuff. But I still shop there because it's cheaper and, I have no morals, I guess. Damn it, my hand itches. But yeah, back in the day, Walmart was not a super center. It was, size-wise, it was kind of between a super center and the small mart, the neighborhood market, Walmart neighborhood market. It was kind of between the two. It was not as big, and they really pushed the whole made in the USA thing. It seemed like they made a concerted effort to have as much stuff, in their stores that was made in the USA as possible. Anymore, they've given up on that. They don't care anymore. So there's a car from Wrightsville Beach. I recognize the front plate. I used to live just a few minutes from Wrightsville Beach. I lived down in Wilmington for 4 years when I was in college. You could leave my apartment and be at the beach in about 15 minutes. Man, it was great. The only problem was I worked all the time. I was a research assistant, and I was going to school full time. And I worked, went to school, and was a research assistant. So I didn't have a lot of free time. Especially the second 2 years, I had like no life because I was just busy all the time and I was burnt out. But anyway, and then you have the neighborhood market, which is basically about the size of a supermarket, like a regular grocery store, and they don't have all the stuff that the super center has. I'm thinking Asheboro only has the super center. I don't think they have a neighborhood market, but I could be wrong. I don't spend a lot of time in Asheboro. My older son used to call it Asheboro. I don't spend a lot of time in Asheboro anymore. So I don't know a whole lot about what goes on down there. Sorry. Oh, God. I'm tired this morning. But it's a pretty day. Gosh, it's so pretty. The clouds are all puffy and happy, like little cotton balls. The sky's blue. It's not too hot. It's only 75 degrees. It's not humid. It is a beautiful, perfect day. And I'm really glad to be out in it for any reason. I don't care. I'm just happy to be outside. I was getting ready to come out, and Wally was waiting for me at the front door. So I sat down and petted him for about 20 minutes so I could, getting a late start because Wally needed some love. So I sat down and I petted him for a while and made him happy, and then I told him I had to go. So yes, he's He's a good boy. He's such a sweet cat. And I'll tell you, since he's been coming around, coming around now for what, about 2 months. I've been feeding him good food. I give him the same stuff I give my cats, the Blue Buffalo dry food. I give him that every day and make sure he always has water to drink, and I give him fresh water every day. And his coat is so much shinier and softer. Oh, he looks so much better. He doesn't look so scruffy and ruffled anymore. He looks so much better. And so I'm really glad to see it. I know I need to take him to the vet. I need to find out if he has a microchip. But I've checked around the neighborhood and everybody said, yeah, I've seen that cat. I don't think he belongs to anybody. He's just like a neighborhood cat. Like he goes all around the neighborhood. Everybody knows this cat. Oh yeah, the orange tomcat. Yeah. Nice but skittish. Yeah, he's you can't make sudden moves around him or loud noises. He really does not like that. He's very skittish. If you move too fast, or you make you accidentally drop something and make a noise, he is not a fan of that. I think he has been mistreated in the past. Poor little cat. He is so sweet though. He is such a sweet boy. So I know I need to take him to the vet. I thought I need to just call him and say, look, there's this cat. He's like the neighborhood cat. I want to get him checked for a chip. Nobody's claimed him. Nobody in the neighborhood knows anything about him. Nobody said it was their cat or anything. And he's gotten to the point where he pretty much stays at my house all the time, except he does leave at night. I don't know where he goes at night. I bought him a little house, a little cat house to sleep in. He won't go in it. He doesn't like it. It's like, damn it, Wally. What are we going to do with you? I mean, I'm thinking ahead to like winter time when it's cold out. What am I going to do? I don't like the thought of him being outside. I don't like it on a hot day either. I mean, that's why I got him a little cat house. I put it in the shade, a little house he can go in, and he won't go in it. He doesn't seem to like it. So Evie got in it. She said she liked it. I'll take it. I wouldn't buy it for you, Evie. You have the whole indoors. And because of you, he's afraid to come inside, because every time he tries to come in the house, you smack him and run him out because you're kind of a jerk. Pumpkin and Boop don't seem to care. They just ignore him. They certainly don't confront him or anything. But Evie just knows. Evie will just come glare at him and make that Godzilla face. She just glares at him, and she'll growl at him and hiss at him and swat at him. Damn it. I'm going to tell you though, I don't think I can handle 4 cats in the house. And he's not neutered. He would have to get neutered before I wanted him in the house anyway. But I've never seen him spray. Never. And he never sprays around the house. He shows no interest in other cats. Now, I don't know if he goes tomcatting around or not, but in 2 months, I haven't seen him do it. He's at the house pretty much every day, all day long. He's content just to, eat and sleep. That's all he does. And he wants you to pet him. He does not like to be picked up. I tried it one time just to see what he would do. No. Don't try to pick him up. He does not like that at all. So I learned that. He didn't hurt me though. He didn't know. But he made it very clear he didn't like it. He stiffened up and he started shaking and made this unholy noise. I'm like, okay. I put him back down. It's all right. It's all right. I'm going to get a Seresto collar on him, see if he tolerates that okay. And see about, I just want to talk to the vet and say, look, I have this random cat. He's not like officially my cat. What can I do? I mean, what are my options here? Nobody in the neighborhood claims him. Everybody recognizes him, but everybody says, yeah, I don't think he has a home. He just kind of wanders around the neighborhood. What can I do? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I would like to, get him checked out, get a checkup done, see if he's microchipped, just, at least that. See if he needs any, if he has any problems that need to be addressed. I could at least do that. Poor little fella. He wants to come in the house. He really does. You can tell he wants to. And he'll take a few steps in and kind of look. He's looking for Evie like, she's going to hit me. And as soon as he sees her, he runs right back outside. So, I'm thinking ahead to cold weather, and I don't like the thought of him being out there. And that's why I thought I would get him a little house, a little cat house or something. But he doesn't like it. I don't know if it's the size or what, but he doesn't seem to like it. I'm not really sure what to do. And, I would like to find a home for him if he, if he has no microchip, nobody's claiming him. But the problem is, I don't know about where you are, but here, the shelter is full. They are slam full of dogs and cats. Like, people are abandoning their pets left and right. And it's really shitty? You know what I heard? And I don't know if this is happening elsewhere, but WXII, which is a TV station, I think in Winston-Salem. I think that's right. Channel 12, XII 12. They said the shelter told them, the shelter, the county I live in, told them that people, when they go on vacation, have started bringing their dogs to the pound and surrendering them instead of paying a boarding fee. They're just taking their chances and leaving them at the damn pound. And then when they come back from vacation, if their dog is still there, they pay the adoption fee and pick them up because it's cheaper than boarding them. What the hell? That is messed up. That is not your discount boarding service. That is the animal shelter for animals that have nowhere to go. Who the hell came up with that idea? But apparently it's a real problem, and a bunch of people are trying to do it. So the shelter has been offering these people, like, here, we will give you, we will let you borrow a kennel, we'll give you extra food. And people, literally everyone refused it and still wanted to drop their dog off or their cat off and leave it until they got back from vacation. And they were very open about it, that that's what they were doing. I have never heard of such a thing, because it's a no-kill shelter, and they're looking at it like, well, the shelter's full. I mean, the odds are, if we're gone for like a week, they'll still be here when we get back. We'll just pay the adoption fee and get them back, and it's cheaper than boarding them for a week. Bullshit, man. Don't do that. That's messed up. That is not what the shelter is there for. It just pisses me off. People are awful. Trying to save, I understand wanting to save money, but I just don't think that's the way to go about it. Skip dining out once a week or something, but this is not the way to save money. That's not why the shelter exists. It is not your boarding facility. My God. So, I don't know how I got off on that. But anyway, yeah. So, the shelters are full, and it's hard right now to find anybody to take a dog or a cat. Like, nobody, a lot of people are saying, they got a dog or a cat during the lockdown, the pandemic, and all that, and now they either can't afford it anymore, or they just don't want the dog or cat anymore, and they're just dumping them off. I worried about that back during the pandemic when everybody was getting puppies and kittens because they were at home. I thought, yeah, what's going to happen to that dog or cat when you go back to work, or you're not at home anymore? You going to keep them, or you going to get rid of them? Like a toy, you just gonna keep it for a year and then get rid of it. That's not how pets work. That's not how they're supposed to. That's not what you do. I don't know. I don't get people. I don't get it. And it bothers me because, like I said before, out where I grew up, out in the middle of nowhere, people would dump off litters of puppies and kittens and dogs and cats and whatever they had that they didn't want anymore. We lived way out in the woods, and it was usually overnight, and you wake up the next morning and there'd be extra dogs and cats roaming around the house confused, like, yeah, I don't know why I'm here either. And they're sad and confused, and and we're just left with them like, what do we, we can't keep all these animals. So we would have to call the pound to come get them. And back then, the pound in the county where I grew up was very small, and they had very few resources, and they would only keep a dog or a cat for like 48 hours, and if it wasn't claimed or adopted, they'd put it to sleep because they didn't have enough space to keep a whole bunch of dogs and cats. And sometimes when you call them, it might take them 2 or 3 days to get out there to pick up whatever you've got. And my brother and I would get attached, like if it's a litter of kittens or puppies, or, grown dogs and cats. So we would get attached to them, and then we would see that white truck, that dog catcher truck pulling up in the driveway, and we'd just cry because we knew what was going to happen to them. More than likely, they were going to be put to sleep. And it just broke my heart over and over and over throughout my entire childhood. I had to deal with that over and over and over. And it just pisses me off. Like, if you have pets, I'm not saying you have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on them. I'm not saying that. But at the very minimum, at the very least, get them spayed or neutered. At the minimum, you can find low-cost spay-neuter programs. If you just take a half a second and put a little bit of effort into it, you can find a low-cost spay-neuter program in your area. They exist. They're out there. Contact your local animal shelter. They will hook you up because they don't want any more puppies and kittens either. At the very least, you need to do that. But no, people don't want to be bothered. They just don't. And I think a lot of men have a hard time getting especially their dogs, getting them neutered. Like, they just, man, I can't do that to him. So yeah, let him go around and impregnate everybody. Good job. If you're going to have a pet, you need to be responsible. And that's part of it. I don't know why I'm lecturing y'all. I'm sorry. It just bothers me. Put a little bit of effort into it. It won't kill you. Otherwise, don't have pets at all. Just don't. If you're not going to just do the basic minimum, don't bother. And also, fortunately, this isn't allowed where I live anymore. If all you're gonna do is get a dog and chain it up in your backyard and leave it chained up, don't get a dog. What the hell is that about? I used to have this neighbor when I lived in another part of town that had this most beautiful husky, beautiful dog, big old dog, and it stayed chained in their backyard. And we lived next to these people for like 4 years. Never once in that time did I see anybody go out there and pet it, take it for a walk, play with it. It was out there all alone. And it had this ratty ass dog house, very little shade. They gave it food and water, and that was it. They'd take a bowl of food and water out there. They didn't talk to it. They didn't pet it. Like, why do you have this dog? Why the hell do you have this dog? I called the Humane Society about it. I called the animal shelter about it. And they told me at that time there's no law against it. Yeah, it sucks, but it's not against the law. Well, it is now. We do have a tethering law now that you can't do that anymore, thank God. I don't understand these people. Like, why do you have this dog? If all you're going to do is just leave it tied up, why do you have it? You don't even go out there and pet it or play with it or anything. And that is so damn cruel. I feel so sorry for that dog. But there was nothing. I tried. I said, there's got to be something we can do. No, back then, no. There was no tethering law in the county at that point. But there is now, and I'm really glad. I'm really glad. All right, I'm sorry. I'll stop bitching. I'll stop. Man, it's such a pretty day. The sky is so blue with the clouds. Oh, it is so nice. And I have enough time to run down here. And if I can't organize nail polish, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it too much. If it works out, great. If not, that's fine too. There's a Goodwill down here on the same road. Excuse me, on the same road, Highway 64. There's a really good Goodwill down here. It's kick-ass. I always find really good things in here. I find the best workout clothes in that Goodwill. I don't know what it is. Like really nice stuff. And it's cheap. Oh, it is so cheap. Pretty much every time I go, I find at least one thing for working out. A pair of pants or a pair of shorts or something. Oh, every time. Every time. So, yeah, so even if I can't organize nail polish, I can still go to that Goodwill and see if I can find anything good. So, it's fun, and it's a pretty day, and I'm glad to be outside. I'm going to open my sunroof up. Hell yeah. Good day. I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. I had to clean the suction cup on my phone mount before I left the house. That was another thing I had to do. It had lost its stickiness. And I haven't cleaned it, I'll admit. This is the first time I've cleaned it. All you have to do, it's actually very easy. I just used warm water. I just ran warm water over it, and it said to clean it with a towel. Well, I did, but it was leaving little bitty bits of lint. I tried a microfiber towel and then just like a regular rag, and they both left lint on it. So I just kind of just took my fingers and just kind of, cleaned it. It wasn't too bad. It was just not sticky anymore. Not terribly sticky. And then I just let it air dry. I just sort of shook it and then just let it air dry for a few minutes, and it's back to normal, sticky as can be. So I learned something today. I've never done that. I didn't quite know what to do about it. So I looked up a video on cleaning your sticky suction cup mount. It said don't use any cleaners like window cleaner or Lysol or anything like that, because it can damage the sticky layer and make it not sticky anymore. So don't do that. It said just use warm water and a mild soap if needed. I didn't even use any soap. I just used warm water, and it cleaned it right up. Just kind of, just rubbed it, it's fine. Working like a charm. So I do try to learn something every day. I really do. I learned that today. I didn't know about that. Not much else going on. I don't know. I guess I'll get back to driving. I'm driving. I'm not even looking at y'all. I'm looking straight ahead at the road. Not much going on with traffic right now. We're all just kind of cruising along. Going 67 miles an hour. Speed limit's 65. So, good old Ashboro. I got a channelversary coming up. I need to remember that. I need to remind myself. I need to put a reminder on my phone or something about it. I'll forget. I don't know why. I'm just having a hard time remembering stuff. My dad's birthday's coming up. He'll be 82, which is crazy. Yeah, I probably will not get up there on his... Well, I might get up there on his birthday. I don't know. We'll see how busy I am. And, yeah. I don't know of anything else going on. I'm just cruising through the summer. It's been a good summer so far. Pretty uneventful. Nothing too crazy going on. But anyway, I'm headed up to I'll be at my exit here shortly, so I'm going to go. But thank you so much for watching and for being here. I really hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon.